Great. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Bailey.
Austin Clark.
Carla Fisher.
Hello, Arthur Town.
And we 3D printed a chessboard.
So this is kind of just like our brainstorming little area. We came up with a bunch of ideas just kind of from the internet. One of the things was a game board, either a checkers, a chess board, or something of that sort. We thought maybe a whistle, maybe a music box, an Etch-a-Sketch, sliding lock, a dog with movable joints, but the other ones kind of seemed a little too difficult for our skill set, like what we were able to do with SolidWorks and stuff, so we decided with a game board. A normal chess piece, like on the other side, it's like 64 squares and then 12 pieces for each person, but that's a lot of material, so we don't want to waste that much material, so we created a smaller scale, and we actually made a board with 30 pieces, and then 5 pieces, because, just to minimize the waste of material. And then this is kind of like our brainstorming of how it was all going to fit together. So
they interlock.
yes.
So you just snap them together.
We just, we use like the edges, and they all fit together. And we divided them up, and each person had to make like only 2 or 1 piece, and then you just print them multiple times. And so that was more efficient than making a bunch of different pieces. And then,
Kind of following the same suit.
so we chose gray and purple for K-State. So,
Alright, so this is our design we made. We're gonna go with just checkers, but we decided just to go more like something unique. So we decided to make like kind of real like chess pieces. So we have the rock here, and we have the knight and the queen. So and that's all like made from scratch. So these are designed. The problem was some of them, like when you design them, you think like the size is perfect, but when you print it, it's really small. So some of the pieces I had to print it a couple of times and make some adjustments to make it look kind of nice. So
Good.
that's it.
So to get them to fit together, we were thinking about gluing them or using magnets, but instead we just came up with this like clearance idea, kind of how you piece together just like a board. We started off doing like 14.9 and then 15. So 15 was our height for the clearance hole, and 14.9 was the height for the extrusion part that was going into the hole. We had some issues, so we had to tweak it a little bit. Our final dimensions are on the board. It ended up fitting together nicely. We might end up gluing it together, that way it'll stay as one solid piece, but we like the fact that we could take it together to move it around, and then we could put it together quicker and more efficiently. So
Okay.
this is just us printing it, obviously. We could only print 9 of the board pieces at once, and each of us were given 10 pieces, so we'd have to do one last print after the 9 printed off. But we saw about a 4-hour print time for 9 of those checker pieces, or 9 of the board pieces, and then it was like 30 minutes for individual ones.
Okay.
and we used all of the loose spots. They, I don't know, you guys probably all saw that they print a little better than the dual nozzle ones. So,
And we use like the high quality profiles.
Yeah, like I think your quality is pretty good.
Yeah, and when we used the low quality, we were running into issues of the clearance being different. So if we printed something in the low quality, the clearance wouldn't fit, but if we printed it the same in the high quality, it would fit better. So.
Yeah. It shows some like details.
And there's our final product.
It's beautiful.
So some of the issues that we had, kind of like they mentioned throughout the presentation, was getting the right clearances. So like she said, we made some low quality ones at first, kind of because the 4 hours was a little bit long, and so we went with the low quality, and they wouldn't really fit in. Another issue we had was the filament got stuck and like pulled out, so we had to restart. And so when we restarted, it was off track, and so it wasn't zeroed, so we had to completely restart a whole set of 9. And so
Those
that's
are mine.
what was
I was
left
here
over.
late.
At
Yeah.
like 9 o'clock at night.
So,
Yes.
and then some of the other issues were just kind of our lack of knowledge and not really seasoned with the printers, and so not knowing exactly how to troubleshoot everything that we ran into. And then the time just that it took was a
Okay.
little bit more than what we originally thought it was going to be.
At least you learned something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Dun dun.
any questions? Okay, nice job. Thank you.